Hey everyone, Jack here, TalkNorwichCity. Welcome back and welcome to Transfer Deadline Day. Not what it was sort of 5-6 years ago, but still the final day of the January transfer window. I think for most clubs, not just Norwich City, it's been a relatively quiet window, probably barring Hull City, who continue to make big strides to improve their squad, of course, aside in and around us in terms of trying to reach the playoffs this season. But Norwich will have a fairly active evening on February 1st. There will be movement, and it's all started from Adam Idah. Now, the last time we spoke, it looked, well, Verona had submitted a bid for Adam Idah. It was a loan option with an option to buy at the end of it. That option to buy, Verona valued at €3.5 million. Norwich City turned it down. They said it wasn't enough. And since then, Celtic have come in for Adam Idah, and it looks like this one will be going ahead. It may have already happened by the time you're watching this. The difference is there's no option to buy from Celtic's point, which in my view is probably a good move. Look, this is kind of win-win for Norwich City. It goes really well. Adam Idah comes back revitalised after playing really well in the SPL. Celtic may well come in the summer. Just because there's no option to buy on this current deal doesn't mean they can't come back in the summer. And it gives Norwich time to kind of reevaluate where they're at. It gives Napa time to see the way in which he wants to build this squad going forwards. And I'm still of the belief that Adam Idah can make it work. And I'm not saying that will necessarily happen at Norwich City, but as I said in my last video, he's a player worth far more than €3.5 million. He's 22. He's strong. He's powerful. He's 4 years left on his current contract. He's scored 7 goals this season in a side that has underperformed. And his appearances have mainly come off the bench. Best of luck to Adam Idah, who will be playing the rest of this season at Celtic. Which of course means that Norwich were needing to find a striker, and that Adam Idah deal wouldn't have happened if they weren't to find their man. They have found their man, and this is fairly exciting. He goes by the name of Sydney van Hooijdonk. If nothing else, that's a truly spectacular name, and very much looking forward to it being butchered by every single caller into Canary Call. People may know his father, who was, of course, a very famous footballer and a very successful footballer. But Van Hooijdonk, who is he? He's 6'3". He's 23 years old. He has plied his trade mainly in the Eredivisie over in the Netherlands before a move to Bolonga. That move to Bologna hasn't really worked out. His goal scoring record in Holland is phenomenal. 22 goals in 48 appearances for Heerenveen. That was a loan move. He started his career at NAC Breda, where he scored 22 goals in 68 appearances. Bologna, it hasn't quite worked out. He's been behind their main man. 13 games, no goals. The deal here for Norwich City, loan deal with an option to buy at the end of it. I was reading it's around about €5 million, I think. So again, kind of a no-lose situation here for Norwich. It may well work out, it may not, but we're not tied into buying him at the end of this deal. I think Van Hooijdonk is an interesting one because one would assume that at the moment the pecking order was Sargent, Barnes, Idah, hence Idah wanting to get a move away. Now, I'm not going to admit to have been watching too much of Heerenveen over the last couple of years, so I don't know the capabilities of Van Hooijdonk, but he's being linked with some fairly big clubs. He's already turned down, I think, Cardiff. He wants to be at Norwich City. I think he likes David Wagner and he likes what we're building, whatever that may be. So it's clear that he wants to be here. He's chosen to be here, and who knows? Like, this could be a really exciting move. That, I mean, having watched the highlight reels, which can be misleading because I can remember watching Puemaswa Poeta on highlight reels and thinking he looked half decent. He looks like a type of player that could rough and tumble in this division. There's quality about this lad, Sydney van Hooijdonk. Best of luck to those wanting to get that printed on the back of their shirts. Will probably be Norwich City's, I assume, backup striker for the rest of this season. He'll certainly have some work to get in ahead of Josh Sargent. But that seems promising. Couple of other bits of transfer news on deadline day. It looks like Jonathan Varane won't be heading to the Canaries. The valuation that we've set instead of his parent club has set is way off. A defensive midfielder. It looks as if Ben Napper has identified that, and rightly so, as an area that we need to strengthen. The interesting thing I found, reports were coming in that if we had have signed Varane, it would have meant that Liam Gibbs may well have gone out on a loan move, which confused me slightly because David Wagner has this incessant kind of nature that Liam Gibbs isn't a defensive midfielder, is more of a forward player. I think anyone with eyes can see that Liam Gibbs is not a striker, he's not a number 10, he should be playing deeper, and I think Ben Napper agrees with that. So put a line through that one. The other out, which I'm sure will devastate many, is that of Poemaswar Boheta. He looks set for a move to Swansea. I see a few Swansea fans getting excited about this. If I were you, don't ask Norwich fans their opinion on Poemaswar Boheta because you'll probably receive an answer that you don't want to hear. I will leave it at that. So that looks to be it. Basically a swap kind of move with Adam Idah going out, Sydney van Hooijdonk coming into the side. Let me know what you think. Could this be the revitalised moment for Norwich City to kick on and maybe get themselves into the top 6? Of course, a big game against Coventry City this weekend. Can't imagine that Van Hooijdonk will feature in that. Maybe they'll do an old school kind of walking out with the shirt type thing. That would be good fun. Best of luck to Adam Idah at Celtic as well. It will be really intriguing to see how he gets on in the Scottish division and can he break into that starting 11. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.